But he wouldn't stop. Well, Floyd was boxing him up. Yeah. So Floyd is just piecing him up. So Floyd, you know, I mean, even at 46, he's the greatest of all time. He caught Floyd a couple times with some little shots, but mostly he's just getting boxed up, right?
Slow him down.
Joe Rogan was stunned by leaked sparring footage showing Floyd Mayweather outmaneuvering Terence Crawford ahead of the Canelo fight. In the clip, the 48-year-old Floyd slipped punches and countered sharply, which shocked Rogan since he had long ranked Crawford above Mayweather in the GOAT debate. The footage made Rogan reconsider, praising Floyd as the greatest ever. Still, questions remain, as the video was clearly edited, similar to past clips Mayweather released, raising doubts about what really happened in the full session.
But so who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler.
I'm a giant Crawford fan because I called his coming out fight against Bradis Prescott
He's
and
special.
then various other stepping stones throughout his career.
I also think he's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock you.
The sparring clip sparked heated debate among fans worldwide. Mayweather supporters praised his sharp reflexes and argued it proved his GOAT status, while Crawford fans accused Floyd of releasing an edited video and insisted the full footage might show a different story.
Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. But he was holding on quite a bit and wouldn't let go and was trying to like hold and clinch and hit, which is something like right here, which is something you can do in MMA. So he's protecting himself from Floyd, but he's not letting go.
Fan reactions were split. Some claimed Floyd's defensive skills put him above every generation, while others argued Crawford only followed a proven blueprint to win. Still, many agreed that every great, from Ali to Pacquiao to Usyk, ends up measured against Mayweather, cementing him as boxing's ultimate yardstick.
Look, baby, there you go. You only 3-1. Good jab. Don't break. Grab the stick. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby.
When asked if he'd matched Mayweather's exploits, Crawford dismissed the comparison, saying, "Floyd was the greatest of his era, and I'm the greatest of mine." Yet the debate reignited minutes later when Canelo Alvarez, who lost his first fight to Mayweather at 23, was asked to weigh in after his defeat to Crawford.
For the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Lee, when I looked at it, he came out in the southpaw stance and he took Canelo's jab away from him. As you know, if you take a fighter's jab away from them, then it's hard for them to really land. You force them to use one shot, and he forced them to use his backhand, his rear hand. Crawford was ready for the loop in the right hands.
After the fight, Canelo praised Crawford, admitting he couldn't solve his style and even claimed Crawford was better than Mayweather. But Oscar De La Hoya disagreed, arguing Floyd was technically superior, pointing out how Mayweather dominated Canelo without taking damage, proving his unmatched skill as a pure boxer.
Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people, I said, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
When I fought Canelo, I was 36 and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions. Mm-hmm. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
Mayweather vs. Crawford debate isn't simple. Their eras overlapped only briefly. Crawford claimed his first title in 2014, a year before Mayweather's final championship fight. And while Canelo's resume had long defined this era, His loss to Crawford has shifted the conversation.
Canelo a little worse than that because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did.
Despite Crawford's stellar run over the past 2 years, it was his win over Spence at 35 that cemented him among this century's greats. He's now a 5-division champion like Mayweather, but comparing resumes tilts heavily toward Floyd. Crawford's biggest wins include Gamboa, Postol, Horn, Madrimov, Porter, Spence, and Alvarez. Strong names, but fewer elite victories than Mayweather's legacy.
Who would do it? Because Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And
Crawford added names like Amir Khan and Kell Brook in pay-per-view bouts, though both were past their primes. By contrast, Mayweather, boxing's biggest draw and longtime pound-for-pound king, built a resume stacked with Hall of Famers such as De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Cotto, Hatton, and Alvarez, along with standout wins over Corrales, Castillo, Mosley, and more, giving him one of the sport's deepest legacies.
I like Crawford's style of fighting, the way he's gonna come after him. Mayweather. Okay, let's do this. Money Mayweather, I think Crawford beats.
Okay. Pretty boy.
Pretty boy. I don't know. I think Pretty Boy, it might be Pretty Boy. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, because he's boy.
Resume comparisons don't capture the full picture. Crawford lacked Mayweather's showmanship and star power, making it harder to secure major fights as a high-risk, low-reward opponent. While Floyd's resume will only grow more impressive over time, critics note that many of his biggest wins came on his own terms, thanks to his status as both pound-for-pound and pay-per-view king.
The fighter, and that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, "Oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68?" Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did.
Critics often point to Mayweather's timing, noting the Pacquiao super fight came 5 years late. Alvarez was forced to a catchweight. Mosley was nearly 39 when they fought, and Marquez faced a Floyd who came in overweight.
Work on what you need to work on. Put your head down and grind. You get results like this.
I noticed that when I was watching the fight that Terence Crawford specifically, whichever side that Canelo threw at him, Terence would respond with a shot from that side as well. Did you see that in the tape that you watched of Canelo as a weakness where he was...
Critics argue that a prime Crawford, with his speed, power, and ring IQ, is the kind of opponent Mayweather might have avoided at welterweight. Still, Crawford's toughness and adaptability suggest he could thrive in any era, and with potential moves to 160 lub, his legacy may grow even further.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his way.
Although fans constantly compare him to Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford refuses to dismiss the 50-0 legend's achievements. When asked about their similarities, Crawford showed respect, calling Floyd the king and openly acknowledging his greatness.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight.
Crawford added that while he and Mayweather share similarities, he takes more risks. He noted the contrast between Pretty Boy Floyd, an aggressive finisher early in his career, and Money Mayweather, who adjusted his style after hand injuries and moving up in weight.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah.
While fans continue debating who would win between Crawford and Mayweather, one report leaned toward Crawford. Still, Mayweather's mastery of the sweet science, his jab, timing, precision, and counterpunching, allowed him to dismantle opponents throughout both phases of his career, Pretty Boy and Money. Crawford pointed out that Pretty Boy Floyd attacked with aggression, while Money Mayweather outsmarted foes with precision. Both styles shaped Floyd's legendary career, but fans remain equally amazed at Crawford's recent dismantling of Spence.
Excuse me, Crawford.
You know, right now, but earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So, you know, it just depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about Money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
Against Spence, Crawford showcased elite skills, snapping jabs through the guard, countering with perfect timing, and dominating in exchanges. While Mayweather's pure boxing ability is unmatched, Crawford's explosive, risk-taking style makes the fantasy matchup intriguing. In the end, with Floyd's discipline against Bud's precision, the debate may be best left as a draw.
And a reach from the left hooks again. He's a lightning hand speed extraordinary. Left hook drops him, and then he hit his head off the en masse here at the engine.
Mayweather often drew opponents into the center of the ring, analyzing and adjusting until he dismantled them with his hit and don't get hit philosophy, an approach that carried him to an undefeated Hall of Fame career as a 5-division champion. Similarly, Crawford has displayed elite ring IQ, becoming undisputed at both junior welterweight and welterweight.
He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook. How about that? Keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut. Terence Crawford has stopped.
Mayweather's counterpunching showcased elite hand speed, but Crawford's sharp angles and explosive delivery give him the edge in speed and power. Floyd finished 27 of his 50 wins by knockout, while Crawford boasts 31 stoppages and 40 victories, and he's still adding to his resume, as shown in his dominant TKO over Spence. Crawford's dismantling of Spence, a heavy-handed champion who broke down Brook, Porter, and Ugas, proved just how dangerous his power is. Still, while Crawford has slick defense, Mayweather perfected it, mastering the Philly shell and turning defense into an art of counterpunching brilliance.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer, right?
Yeah, yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere,
yeah,
and I just believe.
In a fantasy matchup, Crawford would start fast, busier and more active, landing shots even against Mayweather's tight guard. But as the fight settled, Mayweather's rhythm, jab, and precision would take over in the middle rounds, steadily banking points.
Hook, you want to change you want to hook from the hips. So when you hook, boom, this toe gonna go up and this one gonna go down. So you here and it's gonna go boom. So you can do a 45 or you can do straight. You come straight from the shoulders, boom. Open it up a little bit, bam. But get that, there you go. So, yeah, so you want to come, everything you do, you want to come from the shoulders, boom. Just turn it. When you coming in there, you hear, boom. And that's where that torque gonna come from. The hips, your legs.
Crawford's pressure and sharp counters could trouble Mayweather, even stealing key rounds. In a razor-close fantasy fight, judges might lean toward Crawford's volume over Floyd's precision, edging him to a points win. After his recent undisputed triumph, debates about Crawford's place in history will only grow louder. Stay tuned for more boxing updates, and we'll catch you in the next one.